Good old Magnesium Brothers.
The Magnesium Brothers are back.
Even though there's no fucking magnesium in here.
Yeah, it's because we had it separately. That's why.
How you doing, buddy?
I'm good. How are you?
Excellent. It's episode 111.
Yeah.
111, angel number.
Angel number. You've been seeing a lot of those today, huh?
Apparently I have.
111.
But I want to dive into a very interesting experience I had yesterday night.
What does that involve?
We recorded. We hung out for a couple hours after.
Mhm.
You left at like, what, 8?
Yeah, I left at 8:30 p.m.
Yeah, I left the buddy's house at like 9:30 after we watched Taken 2. Which is kind of a
Taken
funny
2?
movie. I know, kind of a
Okay.
weird movie. But it was we just made fun of it the whole time.
Yeah.
But I get home and I have this evening routine. I don't do it every day of the week, but I do it probably like 4 to 5 times a week.
Yeah.
And that is to just go for a walk at night
Mhm.
before I go to bed.
Beautiful.
So I'm walking and I don't feel any different compared to other days.
Okay.
But towards the end of my walk, all of a sudden I get hit with this instantaneous lethargy. Like the type of lethargy where you can't stand anymore.
Yikes.
Like you're dragging your feet to try to move.
What the hell?
Yeah.
Yeah, so something's completely off.
So 100% off because I never experienced that type of stuff. And then I head into my house, I change, and then all of a sudden I break into like this insane sweat. Like think about the sweat you have after a 25-minute run.
Mm.
And I'm fit, so I understand like the level of sweat that you have based on your activity.
Yeah, what's normal, what's not.
Under no circumstance should I be sweating like that.
Yeah.
And then I have a bunch of like anxious thoughts that just appear out of nowhere.
Mhm.
I take a cold shower because I feel like that's going to fix the sweat. It's going to cool me down, whatever. And 5 minutes after the shower, I'm still sweating. It's like I'm in a fucking sauna.
Yeah, it's not ending.
I'm literally sitting on the couch and I'm just full sweat, huddled over,
What the hell?
like
is going on?
struggling,
Yeah.
really struggling. So eventually, I mean, most of those symptoms passed. I got to bed at like 10:30, 10:45. And I will have to say this was probably objectively based off of my Aura ring that tracks my sleep. 5.5 hours, but I got good deep sleep and stuff.
Mhm.
But I was just tossing and turning the entire night. And there were parts of it where I was in this weird state of consciousness that resembled a bad psychedelic trip.
Hmm.
And I think it has to do with the acai bowls that we had earlier. But I'm not sure.
I don't know. It's very hard to pinpoint because it can take several hours for something to settle or cause an effect.
Yeah.
So I'm wondering if it could be something that you had earlier.
Well, I did mention that to you. I had 2 things that day. I only ate 2 quote unquote meals. 2 chicken breasts from El Pollo Loco.
Yeah.
And the acai bowl, which had acai, blueberries,
Mhm.
bananas, what else? Coconut flakes,
Yeah.
and cinnamon.
Which is nothing.
Usually
And
things
yeah,
I do
and-
not react to.
Yeah. That's interesting.
I'm thinking it has
are
more
you-
to do with the chicken.
Yeah. Are you taking any supplements?
No. I mean, I did take some black seed oil before that, but
Yeah.
I took some this morning. No impact whatsoever.
What about goat milk? I know you've been having that a lot.
No, didn't have anything that day. Like
Okay.
that.
Weird.
I know, very weird, but it points me to an important subject, which is the subject of nutrition.
Yeah.
And I think that because this experience, like, because I don't have it often, it's very rare,
Mhm.
it scared the shit out of me.
Yeah.
And I'm like, I cannot be going through something like this as an athlete.
Yeah. You can't, but you got to remember, even as an athlete, you're a human being.
Mm-hmm.
So
For sure.
something must have happened. In my experience, stress a lot of the time causes weird things throughout the body, like excessive sweating,
Yeah.
food poisoning like symptoms.
But I'm not
But
stressed.
You're not stressed. You're not. I mean, you ate fine.
Ate completely fine. I
Yeah.
mean, not up to my standards per
Yeah.
se, but still all right.
The only thing I can probably assume it is the inconsistent sleep times.
Maybe.
Because
But that doesn't account for sweating. And I think, so here's the thing. I think it stems from the gut.
Mhm.
Because a lot of the negative thoughts that I started having,
Mhm.
we know there's a direct link between your gut and your brain,
Yeah.
and that most of your serotonin is produced in your gut.
Hmm.
But yeah, I don't know.
Interesting. Well, I'm master of gut issues.
You do have quite a few gut issues.
Yeah. So one thing I'm wondering is, did you feel ill at all, or was it just sweating and you were freaking out?
Just I wasn't freaking
Not
out,
freaking
just
out, but, like-
sweating and probably the most intense lethargy I've ever felt.
Yeah.
Like to the
Hmm.
point where it's a mission to even move my arm up.
Yeah. It seems like it's something that's controlling your heart rate as well. Like it's boosting your heart rate.
Mm,
So
maybe.
I'm not sure if it's food poisoning. It doesn't. It might sound like it's food poisoning, but it's not. Did you yak at all?
I did have one similar experience probably like 3 years ago where I ate too much raw garlic. And my entire skin flushed.
Hmm.
I became red. I got the sweats, and then the lethargy was also there as well. So I'm just thinking I had possibly an allergic reaction to something. A bad batch.
Yeah. I mean, you do a series of things throughout your day.
Mhm.
You know, you get a lot of sun. I'm pretty sure you take some supplements like magnesium.
Right now it's just black seed oil and
Just black seed oil.
ashwagandha.
How about cut down on the black seed oil? Okay, our stomachs aren't really designed to have too much oils.
Probably because I have been taking
Yeah.
quite a lot.
Reduce that because it seems like that's your newest addition to your diet.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, start with that.
Yeah.
I would see where it goes from there. And the reason why is because for me, for example, if I had food that was fried in oil or was topped with oil, whether it's really good olive oil or really shitty oil,
Mm-hmm.
my stomach reacts the same.
Yeah.
Which kind of sucks. But for the most part, I don't know if you know, when food hits your stomach and it goes through the esophagus, goes through the esophagus wall, and it starts to digest, your kidney has a role too.
Mm-hmm.
So depending on what it is, usually for high fatty foods, your kidney will start to basically struggle. Like your whole stomach and digestion is struggling to digest everything.
Yeah.
So it uses the help of the kidney, which then introduces bile.
Mm-hmm.
And bile is the
Which
stuff you
helps
want to avoid.
break it down.
It helps break it
Yeah.
down, but at the same time, bile is basically, think of feces. That
Like
nasty,
stomach acid.
Have you ever thrown up everything out of your stomach and you get that
Yeah.
yellow?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's bile,
No,
and
that's
it leaves a
nasty.
very metallic-y, disgusting like feces taste in your mouth.
Yeah.
That's what it is. You want to avoid throwing that up, but
Mm-hmm.
in most cases, you've probably wondered somewhere. It's usually either very dark or very like yellowy light.
Yeah. But
Nasty.
the reason I wanted to bring this up is because I think it ties into a whole genre of subtopics, which is very useful to the audience.
Yeah.
And, I'm starting to think like probably 90% of Americans
Mhm.
are completely fucked with their habits,
Mhm.
with the state of poor health they're already in.
Mhm.
It's such an uphill battle
Yeah.
to try and make a change at a systemic level
Yeah.
that I just don't see it happening.
Yeah. Well, there's a huge percentage of gut problems in Americans,
Mhm.
and it's, I believe, at least 84%.
Yeah,
of
leaky gut,
Americans,
leaky gut as well.
acid reflux, digestion issues,
Constipation,
constipation,
gas,
bloating, inflammation, everything, viruses even, like H. pylori. H. pylori is a huge virus
Yeah.
that apparently is very common. Here's what's funny. Okay, the only reason why I know these stats is because I was making my appointment to my gastro.
My gastro doctor.
Yeah, my gastroenterologist, whatever.
Whatever the word is.
Forgot. I
complicated.
can't even picture it right now. That's how long it is. But making an appointment. Okay, I actually called in. I believe like August 23rd, and they said the nearest appointment is November 17th.
It's horrific.
So think of how many people that must be from here until then.
Yeah.
And by the way, that wasn't just one doctor's office. That was like 15 specialists that I called. The earliest date I can find was November 3rd.
Mm-hmm.
That's crazy.
Mm-hmm.
So I just started doing home remedies. I'm not going to rely on that.
I think you have to rely on doing it yourself
Yeah, do it
because the
yourself.
system
This
is not
is
going to help
what
you.
the hell? Imagine having an issue and then they tell you that, for example, in most like severe gastro issues, it can turn into cancer, like stomach cancer,
Yeah, for sure.
all that.
A whole bunch of stuff.
Yeah, so why wait around? Okay, like your initiation should be, all right, that's it. Cut out everything. I'm going on a water fast for 1 day while I think about what my diet's gonna be like.
Mm-hmm.
And it's gonna be depressing. It's not gonna be fun because we are trained to eat based off of flavor profile and not really nutrition value, which sucks.
Well, yeah, remember what Leo Gura, who
Mhm.
he owns the actualize.org
Yes.
channel on YouTube.
Love that guy.
Awesome, man. But he mentioned that this is shit that we should have learned at 5 years old.
Mhm.
We should have been taught how to eat,
At
how to look at a nutrition facts label, how to cook, how to do all of that
Mhm.
from 5 years old.
Yeah, he's absolutely correct.
But we're taught exactly the wrong things for what, 16 plus years?
Yeah.
Because I remember as a kid, middle
Yeah.
school, it was like Pizza Hut every Friday,
Mhm.
KFC every Thursday, a whole bunch of Snicker
Yeah.
bars and bullshit.
I mean, we have that fancy argument these days where it's like, oh, schools should teach us everything about taxes and how to file taxes and how to avoid and all these like loopholes and
Which
how
I-
to save money.
Which I agree with.
I agree with that. But dude, you're not even like, if you're gonna jump to the past, jump farther because it
Mhm.
starts way before that.
Yeah, for sure. It's
You're not gonna like, who cares about taxes? You should be able to function as a human being without any, like, you're just your basic necessities, and we can't even do that.
only fundamentals.
Only fundamentals: eat, sleep, pray, love, communicate. What else?
The right way.
Yeah, the right way.
Like, let's not set up a fucking
Yeah.
vending machine every 5 feet
These
at a
days,
school campus.
yeah, these days we start to learn that stuff at like 30 or 27
if
when it's
you're-
like too
dude.
late or you had like way too many bad experiences.
No,
and you're
no.
like,
If you're lucky, bro, people start learning that at 50.
yeah. But even then, there's people that are going to learn at 50, 60, 40, 30.
Yeah.
But you see what I'm saying? It's still too late. It's not like, in a sense, it's too late. But it's never too late,
Mhm.
because it's not on you that you just figured this out, Everyone comes from a different place. They've all had different experiences.
I think it's
Can't really judge, but
I think you can say it's too late from the perspective that they've had 30 years of training bad habits,
Mhm.
that it's going to take an enormous amount of work to
Yeah.
try to shift towards a healthier lifestyle.
yeah, it's you already know what you lost. You lost 30 years.
Mm-hmm.
And that's the part that doesn't motivate you as much.
Yeah.
But it's never too late in the sense that, okay, you just solved it and you're 32. It's okay. You did miss on 30 years, but you can still keep going. You can start now.
Mm-hmm.
It's never too late.
And that actually brings me to while I was, in the middle of a full sauna sweat, I was thinking like, fuck, man, like I am so grateful to be in a good state of health for most of my life.
Yeah.
Because here's the lesson you should take away. You don't understand what you truly have until it's ripped away from you. Whether it's family members, health, money, status, confidence, you name it. It's a long list.
Mm-hmm.
But I think it's rare to find people who truly have gratitude for what they have in front of them.
Yeah. That's true.
Mm-hmm.
There's a lot to reflect on with that. And that's why you gotta, like, what does this fall under? Consciousness? Self-awareness?
All of the above.
Gratitude? Gratitude does come from you being conscious. If you're conscious of
It's
what's
more
going on.
It's more self-awareness.
It's more self-awareness, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Like, I want to recognize as much as possible for the things that I feel grateful for.
Mm-hmm.
That's self-awareness. Yeah, you're right.
Because you could wake up in sunny Southern California and start bitching about Newsom, the homelessness, the
Mhm.
tax rate,
Yes.
whatever. As we mentioned with the perspective and perception episode,
Mhm.
it just comes down to how you think about it, your mentality.
Yeah.
And I really do think that yesterday that experience was very enlightening.
You need experiences like that.
It makes me want to be even more dialed in.
Yeah. And it also humbles you down.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. You're not the master of anything. Okay.
Yeah.
Besides the things that you want to master. Like, you can't just be. Like, I hate to say it, but even the strongest man in the world could die.
Yeah, of course.
Doesn't matter. You know, like a car, like if, for example, like a guy picked up a car, right? If that
Mhm.
fell on him, he could still die.
Or
It doesn't matter. Like that, it goes to show you that your inner structure, you're a human being.
you could have the world record bench presser.
Yeah.
All the testosterone in the world. You
Mhm.
you come up right in front of him, put a
Mhm.
gun to his head, shoot. He's
Yeah.
done. He's done.
He's done. Yeah. Or you could just be, you've been lifting your entire life, right? You've been doing it for 72 years, let's just say. You've been
Mhm.
benching every single day.
72
Yeah.
years.
Not a single day did you lose grip, but this one day it slipped out of your palm and killed yourself.
Oh!
Human mistake.
Yeah, straight up.
That has nothing to do with strength.
Mm-hmm.
We forget that, you know? Sometimes it's the ego overtakes and you start to become this god of whatever it is you're
You think
doing.
you're invincible.
That's when it comes back to bite you,
Mm-hmm.
I think. Humbling down yourself, which I'm pretty sure you did last night,
Yeah.
which is great. You know, it got you to think like, oh my God, I can be just as weak as the weakest guy,
Mm-hmm.
even though I'm an athlete.
And it reminds me of, I think the toughest obstacle for me right now is being able to balance, because I'm a very obsessive personality.
Mm-hmm.
But at the same time, I also have a social life. So
Yeah.
it's striking the balance between those two and trying, like, when I was younger, I would have no problem just doing me, looking dorky doing me, and what's the word? Letting everybody know, not directly, but indirectly, that, listen, I'm not going to follow your shit. Like, I'm going to go to sleep at this time. I'm going to eat this. I don't care if you guys go here.
Yeah.
So on and so forth.
You always do you. Like you're separate, like which I respect, you know? In a group setting, that's how it kind of has to be.
But now I'm finding the balance.
Yes, you find the balance,
Yeah.
you know, like, because I taught you that, you know? Just finding the balance between things.
We need to get you a shirt with balance, bro.
I really do. I need to get a balanced shirt. But yeah. Interesting. We can definitely, in which avenue do you want to take this?
Well, I also do want to talk about how you can pick up on the signals that your body's trying to tell you. Because based on, like, let's say you eat a cupcake.
Yeah.
And you notice that your skin starts to itch more. Maybe you develop a few pimples. You get constipated.
Mhm.
Like, those are all signals that your body is rejecting the cupcake. But if you eat, let's say, wild-caught salmon with some avocado,
Mhm.
you'll get positive signals. And I don't think a lot of people are aware of those signals. They just think it's life. It's just shit that happens to me.
Yeah, that's just how the body feels.
I'm not in control.
Yeah, you've become immune to it almost.
Yeah.
The feeling.
Mm-hmm.
I get that. And it's because I come from a place where I was fed sugar and anything I wanted, technically, when I was a kid.
As we all were.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Trix cereal, Cinnamon Toast Crunch, just like on the day. Like that's, when you think of Rise and Shine, that's what you think of. You think of the sugariest, just most, you know, diabetic thing you can ever imagine.
Just pasteurized
And
milk.
I swear, dude.
With 100 grams of sugar.
There was, I think, twice a week when I was a kid, my parents would have cinnamon rolls for breakfast.
Oh, that's not out of the ordinary. I mean, in Jordan, I used to fucking down like 2 boxes of Cocoa Pebbles.
Yeah, but do you see the problem?
Yeah, of course, the problem. Yeah, that's
It's the whole,
it's endemic.
It defined food for me in a different way
Mm-hmm.
at such a young age. So getting out of that as a language, like in today,
Yeah.
you know, after all my my gut issues that I had,
Mm-hmm.
I was like, you know what? It's time. It's time for change. And I think the hardest part isn't feeding yourself the things you need to feed yourself. It's accepting that the language you learned it as was completely false.
Completely ass
And you
backwards.
have to redefine it.
Yeah.
So now I'm eating way more fruits and veggies throughout the day. I'm keeping it very plain for the most part. If I'm going to have dessert, I'll have it maybe once or twice a month.
And keep in mind, this is the beginning part for
Yeah.
you. Like, it's gonna suck during the beginning,
Mhm.
but as your body heals, then you gain an acquired taste for.
Yeah. No, I
other
I
things.
love it.
Yeah.
Look, if anything, right now, if I eat like a burger, okay, it tastes way too salty. Way too salty.
Well, that's good. You're picking
and it's
up
just
on
like
those things.
it's more like, okay, I just want the meat flavor now.
Mhm.
You know, maybe a little bit of black pepper. But it goes to show you that everything I used to have and the increments I used to have it in was way too much. And everything was desensitized. My tongue, my
Taste
stomach,
buds,
everything. Yeah.
Even take this example of
Yeah.
soda.
Soda.
You take, let's say, a 1-year break off of soda.
Yeah.
You introduce it back into your diet for the first time, you're on crack.
Yeah.
That shit tastes like crack.
It tastes like crack.
Because
first
it
of
is
all.
crack.
It tastes like crack. Yeah. And then 3 sips later, you're done. You're like bloated.
You have a headache. You're
Yeah.
just like,
You're done.
oh, low blood sugar.
And you can see it. And then you now know because you've been feeding your system clean. So when it hits, you can feel every single part.
Mhm.
From the moment it hits, what your acid's doing. Is there any reflux?
Yeah.
Is there any pulsating? Where does it shift to? Is there pain in the right? No.
Increase in heart
Everything-
rate. Stuff
Yeah,
like that.
everything just feels fine.
Mhm.
Everything just does its normal process. And that's the thing. Your body doesn't have to compensate for anything. So therefore, you actually have more energy throughout the day because your body's not working as much.
And that's the normal standard.
That's the normal standard.
That's how you should
Yeah.
be living.
A stomach ache, that's not standard.
That's an obvious signal that
Yeah.
your body is rejecting something.
Yeah. Although I do have to say there's a difference in stomach aches between pasta and like shit food. But
There's
pasta's different.
There's a
but-
gradation of stomach
Yeah.
aches, okay?
You know,
There's a spectrum.
you can't go wrong with a chicken pesto with a little bit of Parmesan, you know?
From Cortinas?
Cortinas, baby.
Ooh.
Cortinas Market.
So
If anyone's in SoCal, please go check them out. They're
Yeah, they're good.
freaking magnificent.
Yeah.
Get a pizza on the side too. Thank me later.
Talking about nutrition and recommending fucking pasta place.
I mean, it's a good pasta place, man.
Yeah.
It's also a little market, which is cool. But yeah.
I also want to, with young people too.
Yeah.
I don't know how I want to like get into
Do
it.
you have a
but
message?
It's more so like I want to try to be an example for young people
Mhm.
because from my early experiences, I was forced into learning to value my health, but I don't see that from a lot of my peers.
Yeah.
Even
Unless-
and I know as they get older,
Mhm.
they're gonna start to have way more symptoms, and it's not going to be a good place because it's gonna either end up in the ER,
Mhm.
cancer diagnosis, autoimmune condition, which is very common. I mean, think about it. Heart disease and cancer are the top 2 killers
Yeah.
in the United States.
Yeah.
In the world, I think,
Mhm.
as well. So, yeah, I don't know. The only thing you can really do is become the example.
Yeah. You just do you. And you know, and people that are self-aware and conscious will follow because they know that's a good role model.
Mm-hmm.
He's doing it right. I want to do that. I want to become that, you know?
Yeah.
Very simple. But there's also another part of nutrition where people think that like it's the new healthy, which is supplementing. Skipping meals and just having a protein shake.
Which for the most part is terrible.
No,
for
because a protein shake should be a meal replacement under like certain circumstances.
you. Mm-hmm.
You should always be eating. It should never be processed or powdered down.
Yeah. Unless you find one of the rare products that
Yeah.
actually has some quality.
And why? It's because your body has to do more work when it's digesting it.
Mm-hmm.
It's just forming clumps. It's breaking it down gets much, much harder. And as it's deceiving because their bodies look great.
Yeah.
You'll see that a lot with like gym heads.
Mm-hmm.
Very fit, you know, everywhere.
Even though their bodies might look great, but their gut health might be terrible.
Exactly.
Their skin might be
Yeah.
terrible.
They might just have bloating for the rest of their lives. You
True.
never know.
True.
And in most cases, that's been proven to be correct.
And look at the fucking marketing behind all of it, dude.
Mhm.
The marketing is insane. You're bombarded left
Yeah.
to right, up and down. You're just like, here's a Snickers bar
Mhm.
commercial. Here's an M&M's commercial. Here's a billboard for
Yeah.
ice cream.
Now it's the same thing. Just think of supplements. So we have
Yeah.
this new company called Huel. Everyone has been, like,
think I've
everyone
heard
has
about that.
seen it. Everyone has probably seen it on their feed.
HUEL.
Yeah, Huel, Huel. And what it is meals in a pack. Put it in a shaker. Put some water or milk.
Oh, so
Shake it
it's
up.
like it's like a Soylent.
Yeah, it's like
Version.
basically you're a plant at this point, and you're just need more crop.
You know what
Just-
Soylent was invented for?
What?
It was targeted to gamers who spend 19 hours a day on the computer.
Wow, and they can't do anything except
So, like-
sip on stuff.
Exactly.
I get it. That's something you utilize. It's not something you rely on.
Well, not Soylent. Soylent's garbage, but I get your point.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, like it's loaded with carbohydrates for the proper like amount that you need per day, and like proteins and energy and whatever. Like all it's loaded with all that. The thing is, enjoy food. Why?
Why? Well, we're asking the question, why play video games 19 hours a day?
Yeah, well, that's already unhealthy. So, I mean, you're not even moving. Like your
Just-
eyes are, you know?
Just like head movements, that's about it.
Yeah.
Maybe you're shaking your leg. Can you imagine being that type of dude?
No, I don't want to.
Just crusty pube
No.
beard.
Yeah.
With,
I mean, respect to like coders
sure,
and
yeah,
people
yeah.
that like, develop our apps and make sure everything's working correctly and provide updates.
Who build the internet.
Yeah. That's great. We need people that sit down and don't move, but
We need ditch diggers.
yeah. But if you're going to sit down and not move and then play Fortnite, like
And
that's-
not make money from
yeah,
it?
It's just
No.
I see it as a waste.
Yeah.
A waste, man, because you could be a part of this team. or
You
any
a
other team.
waste, man.
Yeah, but nutrition is very valuable, and I'm slowly starting to learn that.
Even, okay, let's go back to supplements. Even speaking about supplementation, there is a huge difference between taking something in pill form and eating the actual food where
Mm.
the vitamin or mineral is.
Mhm.
So you have vitamin D from the sun and then vitamin D from a pill.
Yeah.
Two largely different things. You can have a high quality vitamin D supplement, but what you get from the sun is bigger. The sum is greater than the sum of its parts. You get so many more cascade benefits from being in the sun
Mhm.
than you do just taking a pill. And I think a lot of people want the easy way out.
Yeah.
They just want to, I'll take a shake, take a pill. I'm going to lose
Well,
weight. I'm going to be healthy.
What does that subtract from? From your daily experience or your daily, like you're supposed to see things throughout the day. You can't just. I don't get it. Like, the people that live either at home or at the function or at work, like that's it.
hmm
I don't understand that genuinely, because when I wake up, actually, if I don't leave the house immediately for like even 10 minutes,
Oh, I go crazy.
I go crazy.
Yeah.
I'm going to have a really shit day for the most part. And that's just my inner self recognizing that it's unhealthy, just based off of like my reaction to it.
I mean, dude, that's common sense because you live in the same house. I mean, most people live in the same house for
Mhm.
what, 15 plus years?
Yeah.
At a certain point, you get tired of it.
Yeah. You got to change your environment.
And you know that you're getting older, so you want to explore new environments.
Yeah. So make your garden, go outside. Like you could still have little separate areas throughout the house,
hmm
Get your sun that way. You don't have to get your sun by sitting directly under it and doing nothing. You can take a book and read. You can
Listen to a podcast.
you listen to a
yeah.
podcast
Work
while
out.
gardening. You can work out. You can, like, it's still hitting your skin,
hmm Yeah.
But I think we need to take the literal sense out of everything. If I say sit in the sun for 15 minutes, how many people do you think would actually just go there and sit in the sun?
Well, they're drones. They can't think for themselves. It's like, I have to sit in the sun for 15 minutes and do nothing?
Yeah, but
No, you have the
Yeah.
option to do a lot of things.
you translate that into your own terms. What do you feel like doing? Cracking open a Red Bull with watermelon and then kicking it in the sun?
Crack open some eggs and dip your nuts in them. I don't
Yeah,
care what you
yeah.
do. Just fucking do it
Just
and be
do it.
creative.
Yeah, you translate that into your own terms. That could be said about so many things, though. It could be said about career choices.
I'm sorry to distract
Yeah.
this train of thought, but there are actually people who are dipping their nuts in egg yolks.
Are you serious?
I swear to God.
And for what reason?
Apparently, your testicles can absorb nutrients. This is just some shit I've seen on Twitter.
Oh my god!
Don't trust it 100%, but it's pretty
Yeah.
damn funny.
Hey, that's pretty funny, and I will look that up later because I am pretty sure that's false.
We spoke about the soy sauce one
Yeah,
on like episode 5.
yeah,
Dipping nuts in soy sauce. Get the benefits of soy. Right to your
direct
nuts.
MSG. Yeah,
No.
no, not for me, not for me at all.
But what were you saying?
It's-
Sorry.
What was I saying? Oh, I was saying we can translate that into a lot of other things,
hmm
like career choices.
Yes.
I could teach you everything, but if you do not translate it into your own terms, you're just gonna be a drone, a robot. Like
Yeah.
You're not going to enjoy it. You're not going to know the ins and outs because you're not applying your own philosophy to it.
Mm-hmm. 100%
That's a huge
true.
problem. It's just being a follower and never a leader. That's why I said you should be a leader. I always say this. You should always be a leader, but know when to follow. It's fine. You should always be allowed to ask questions. And like even leaders ask questions. Leaders still have role models.
Mm-hmm.
Like it.
Well, it's the employee mentality. I think
The W-2 way.
they feel as if they're given orders
Mhm.
that they need to follow it directly to a T. Keep in mind, follow the orders, but try to get creative. Try to step out of your role a little bit. And if you get reprimanded for that, that's not your problem. That's your boss's problem. You should probably quit and move on to something new.
Yeah.
If you're getting shit for adding more value to the company or business.
Yeah. Well, I mean, if we're gonna just sit here and talk about problems, we got a ton. Okay.
Like what?
Like if you want to just sit here and just talk about people's problems, I'm saying it's gonna be endless. It's gonna be endless. You know,
Absolutely.
there's a lot of things that maybe me and you don't agree with, but
including our own problems.
yeah. But we gotta let them be. You know, we're only here to set an example. I would say. Set an example and just focus on community.
It's more about shining light on
Yeah.
those problems, and like we said, the awareness.
Yeah.
Like I'm not going to skirt around your feelings. I'm going to let you know if there's something that can be improved upon,
Mm-hmm.
and if you don't like it,
Yeah, and it comes with
There's
love
the
for
door.
everyone. That's what people don't understand. Okay, just because the words are harsh
That's
doesn't
a
mean
great point.
it doesn't come from a bad place.
it comes
Or
from
it
a
doesn't come
loving
from
place.
It comes from a loving place. Yeah. We want to shape the world in a good direction.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, and the compass is messed up right now. It's in every direction.
There's no compass.
There's no compass. Yeah, it's
We're
not
just
existent.
lost.
Yeah, we've seen Interstellar.
We're
Just
just we're trying to find our way through the
Compass
universe.
going crazy. Yeah. Where are we? I don't know, but every minute is 10 years.
Oh shit! Oh!
Yeah, dude. Nutrition is key to, I think, having a consistent empty head,
Mhm.
clear mind, consistent energy.
Yeah.
It allows you to make decisions quicker, even,
Oh, for sure.
you know, especially like on the stupid mundane decisions like, oh yeah, I plan to go to the gym today, but I have no energy today. I mean, I only slept 4 hours. I don't know if I should. I don't know, man. I don't know.
I don't know,
you
bro.
know. Okay, lose the word I don't know.
And just go.
Just be like, okay, I did get 4 hours of sleep today. Nighttime's gonna come again, so I will get to sleep. So screw it, I'm just gonna go to the gym. Dude,
Or I got
there you
4
go.
hours of sleep and I'll take it a little bit
Yeah.
easier today
I
and
went
still
from,
go.
for one decision, I went from 18 steps to 3 steps.
Yeah.
And then I made a decision and went.
Mm-hmm.
There you go. That's how you start. You tame your inner B word, as they like to say.
Your inner B word.
Your inner B word, guys. Tame him. Tame her. Tame whatever.
Also, I think it's important to note that what you cut out from the unhealthy lifestyle is way more valuable than what you put in.
Mhm.
So it's addition through subtraction. Like if you cut out sugar, industrial seed oils, all the processed garbage that you know is bad for you, then you're going to get a much bigger bang for your buck than just trying to find, the latest supplement.
Yeah.
Oh my God, omega-3s are the new thing.
Yeah.
I'm going to get a fish oil supplement.
Yeah. Another thing
Mhm.
is be honest with your addictions.
Yeah.
Be honest yourself and mostly yourself. You know, if you want to be honest with other people, that's fine. That's up to you. But yeah, it's a huge problem. So we the way we talk about this is we just assume, health. But we don't realize that some people listening to this might be thinking, but I am genuinely addicted to food. You know, if I have a bad day, I can't get over it until I eat.
Comfort food,
Comfort
comfort
food.
eating, yeah.
Comfort eating, ice cream,
Mhm.
cinnamon rolls, cookies.
Huge problem.
Yeah, huge problem. So in that sense, I do try to understand that perspective. Because,
Oh, I totally understand because I've done it myself.
yeah, I mean, I've been addicted to cigarettes. I've been addicted to
Mhm.
a lot of chemical inducing things, but I've eventually come to quit.
Yeah.
And it wasn't hard. I mean, I'm sorry, it wasn't easy. It wasn't hard. It was very hard indeed to even formulate a decision like that. because it's been a part of my life for so long and it makes me feel good.
Well, here's a question for
You know?
you.
What am I gonna do when I'm angry?
Yeah.
Those are the questions you get.
Have you ever found yourself to the point where you do something unhealthy for so long that you've had enough and you just drop it?
Yeah. I've had that
I've had that
like the
experience.
awakening. Yeah.
Yeah.
I've had that.
And you genuinely have no craving for it. It's kind of amazing
it's
because
gone. And actually, with cigarettes specifically, I can't even stand the smell.
Mm.
Instant headache.
It's like your mind
It
just
flips. Like I marked it as an incomplete no, like a complete no. Like I am not touching that. Yeah.
And it wasn't how other people told you how bad it is or the ridiculous marketing.
It wasn't
on the
fear
packages.
of cancer. It wasn't fear of any. There was no fear involved. It was just more like I am sick of this.
Mhm.
I know I'm better than this. And you know what inspired me? Actually, it was one quote.
Was it from Thomas Shelby?
It wasn't
Chain smoker?
because it was way back. It was way back. But it was the only thing meant to go in your lungs is air.
Yes.
There you go.
That's all I have to say to that. Yes.
Yeah.
I
You
approve.
see, that's the thing that made me go, huh? That's so true. Like
Mhm.
I respect that point of view.
Yeah.
There you go. Gone. Just like that.
I don't know. I really don't know if most people have to hit that point.
Mhm.
I feel like they do. They have to do something for so long and feel like complete garbage for them to just
Yeah.
drop it. But it all
Yeah,
comes
I mean,
down to like curiosity
yeah.
and
I mean,
understanding that you want to change.
addictions are deep rooted.
Super deep rooted.
Okay.
Yeah.
So if someone smokes a cigarette every time they're angry or sad or disappointed and it makes them feel better, that's
Mhm.
so short term. There has to be a reason. You have to ask yourself, why are you smoking? Like, what are you trying to hide today? What did you go through that you're trying to hide? And
Yeah.
that's not the correct way to do it. Just because you went through something doesn't mean you have to smoke every single time. The healthier way is you want to fix it long term.
Mm-hmm.
So as you have your cigarette, you can have your cigarette. I don't care. Just make sure the cigarette isn't doing the job of making you feel better. Because you're just feeding
Yeah.
into your addiction more and more and more rather than digging into the root problem and fixing the source.
I also do think that it's valuable to, if you do smoke the cigarette,
Mhm.
make sure that you are conscious of every moment you smoke it.
Yeah.
And then
inhalation.
notice what it does to you.
Mhm.
Sure, it might give you a little bit of high, although we know that a lot of chronic smokers, they don't even get pleasure from it. It's more of just the routine.
Yeah, it's the routine.
Just
you,
doing
you
it.
can't not have it. Like, how are we gonna have a meeting without a cigarette? What the hell?
What? Was this the 1960s?
Yeah. It's crazy. And I was a part of that, which sucked. You know,
Yeah.
I felt weak.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. It was controlling me. I wasn't controlling it. And that's the problem. You have to realize, how strong do you want to be, first of all?
Yeah.
Okay. Do you care about being strong? Because that's really what it comes down to. Do you want to be better? Do you want to be better?
Mm-hmm.
For real? Those are things you have to talk to yourself like you are the trainer of your inner self.
Because you are.
Because you are. You have to talk to yourself in that way.
Some wise words, my friend.
I don't know, man. People just lack that, and that's the issue. So if you have addiction issues, all I have to say is tell yourself, I want to be better. And if you don't, you're a little bitch. That's it. Game over. Like,
Or at least you're a little bitch in that moment. Maybe you'll change in the future, but
yeah, in we're talking specifically in that aspect.
you're
Okay.
either courageous or cowardly.
Yeah.
So one or the other.
Yeah. What do you want? Have you seen The Notebook?
No.
What do you want?
What do you want from me?
What do you want?
Doritos Locos.
What do you want? Tell me. What do you want? Yeah. Literally.
Mm-hmm.
What do you want? That's what it comes down to. I know we all want that G63S. Okay. But what do you want?
Wise words.
Yeah.
From the French Adidas model over here, who
Yes.
hasn't quite made it yet.
Not yet, but
he has
very,
the
very
opportunity
soon.
to make it.
As you can see, the mustache is coming along.
You mind sending us out, buddy?
I do. I'm kidding. I don't mind. Anyway, guys, thank you again for joining us.
I just picked up on that. I totally expected no, I don't.
Thank you once again for joining us. You can check us out at the 2ampodcast.com. We have a support link up there. We appreciate all the support. If you guys want, you can drop it in there. There's a link.
Word.
Yes, sir. You can also find us at YouTube on YouTube at the 2 a.m. podcast. We are also on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, and all major streaming platforms. So yeah, go check us out. Leave us reviews, likes, comments, DM us with anything that you may wish for.
Episode topics.
Yeah,
We're open to them.
potential. Anyway, guys, thanks for being you, and we're glad we're being us.
We love you.
See you next time.
Peace.